Hello, baking enthusiasts. Today, we're diving into the world of French baking with a simple yet delicious recipe baton bread. Imagine a slimmer version of the famous baguette with a crispy crust and soft inside. That's baton bread. This bread is perfect for beginners. It's easy to make and always impresses. The long shape is great for dipping in soups, making sandwiches, or enjoying with cheese. Let's get started. Before we begin, gather these simple ingredients from your pantry. You probably have most of them in your kitchen already, ready to go. 500 grams strong white bread flour, and a little extra for dusting. 10 grams salt, 10 grams instant yeast, and 350 milliliters warm water. That's it, nothing more. See, simple ingredients for a fantastic bread that anyone can make. Now, let's make the dough. This is the foundation of any great bread, and it all starts with the right ingredients and techniques. In a large bowl, mix the flour and salt. These two ingredients are crucial as they form the base of your dough. Make sure to mix them well to ensure an even distribution. Add the yeast to one side and make a well in the center. The yeast is what will make your dough rise, giving it that light and airy texture. Creating a well helps in mixing the wet and dry ingredients more effectively. Pour the warm water into the well. The temperature of the water is important. It should be warm but not hot to activate the yeast without killing it. Mix everything together with your hands until it forms a rough dough. This initial mixing stage is crucial for combining all the ingredients. Don't worry if it looks a bit messy at first. It will come together. Tip: if the dough feels dry, add a tiny bit more water, a tablespoon at a time. It's important not to add too much water at once. You want to achieve the right consistency gradually. Now, the fun part. Turn the dough out onto a lightly floured surface. This is where the real work begins, and it's also quite therapeutic. Knead for about 10 minutes. Kneading develops the gluten in the dough, which gives the bread its structure. Use the heel of your hands to push the dough away from you, then fold it back over itself. The dough should become smooth and elastic. This is how you know it's ready for the next stage. A well-kneaded dough will spring back when you poke it gently. Section 4. The first rise. Patience is key. Shape the dough into a ball. Place it in a lightly oiled bowl. Cover the bowl with a clean tea towel. Let the dough rise in a warm place for about an hour. It should double in size. This is called the first rise. Tip: a warm spot in your kitchen or even a sunny windowsill is perfect for rising dough. Section 5. Shaping your baton and the second rise. In this section, we will guide you through the process of shaping your dough into batons and preparing them for the second rise. This step is crucial for achieving the perfect texture and structure in your final bread. Now, gently punch down the dough to release the air. This step helps to redistribute the yeast and sugars, ensuring an even rise. Be careful not to overwork the dough. A gentle touch is all that's needed. Divide it into 2 equal pieces. Using a dough scraper can help you achieve clean cuts and ensure that each piece is of equal size, which is important for even baking. Roll each piece into a long sausage shape, about 30 centimeters long. This shape will help the dough bake evenly and give you that classic baton appearance. Make sure the dough is evenly rolled to avoid any thin spots. These are your baton breads. Notice how they are uniform in size and shape. This uniformity will ensure they bake at the same rate. Place the batons on a baking sheet lined with baking parchment. The parchment paper prevents sticking and makes for easy cleanup. Ensure there's enough space between each baton to allow for expansion during baking. Cover them again with the tea towel. This keeps the dough from drying out and maintains a warm environment for the yeast to work. Let them rise for another 30 minutes. This second rise, also known as proofing, allows the dough to develop more flavor and a lighter texture. Be patient and let the yeast do its work. This is the second rise. Your dough should now be noticeably puffier and ready for baking. The second rise is essential for achieving that perfect airy crumb in your final bread. Section 6. Baking to perfection, achieving a golden crust. In this section, we will guide you through the essential steps to achieve that perfect golden crust on your homemade bread. A golden crust not only adds to the visual appeal, but also enhances the flavor and texture of the bread. Preheat your oven to 220 degrees Celsius, or 428 degrees Fahrenheit. This high temperature is crucial for creating the initial burst of steam that helps form a crispy crust. Before baking, dust the batons with a little flour. This step is important as it gives the bread that classic rustic look and helps in achieving an even color on the crust. This gives them that classic look. The flour also helps to prevent the dough from sticking to the baking tray. Make a few diagonal slashes on the surface of each baton. These slashes are not just for decoration, they allow the bread to expand properly during baking. This helps them bake evenly. The slashes also contribute to the overall texture and appearance of the bread, giving it a professional finish. Bake for 20 to 25 minutes, or until they're golden brown and sound hollow when tapped underneath. This hollow sound indicates that the bread is fully baked inside. Enjoy your perfectly baked bread with a golden crust. Section 7. Enjoying your baton bread. Serving suggestions. Congratulations! You've baked beautiful baton bread. Let them cool on a wire rack before slicing and serving. Baton bread is delicious on its own, or with butter and jam. Try it with cheese and wine for a tasty snack. You can also use it to make fantastic sandwiches. Enjoy your French-inspired treat.